Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and a good morning to you. Today, I'm giving you a Week 10 of college football recap show. I plan to do this every single Sunday, Monday, whenever I get a chance to throughout the week before the next week of college football games begin. Ever up until possibly I might do some for bowl games, but for sure until the end of the regular season, hopefully. And then, yeah. But it was another great week, plenty of great things to see. But there were a few games that stood out, a few moments that stood out, and that's kind of what we're going to cover. I just want to make these like 5-minute videos to give you the biggest stories in college football throughout the week. So I come up with a few segments for today. Let's move into the major upsets first. Alright, so the first major upset was on the nightcap. It was Notre Dame hosting Clemson. Notre Dame was able to start fast. Clemson's defense and offense really had a struggle, and they lost in a blowout fashion, 35-14. And that could, most likely, people weren't really impressed by Clemson to begin with, and now they have that awful loss to Notre Dame. And that might kick them out of college football playoff contention. Another upset on the board is Michigan State's defense is able to shut down the high-powered Illinois offense, and they were able to make early adjustments, hold on to win the fourth game of the year at number 16, Illinois. Illinois couldn't really get anything going on the ground or in the air. Chase Brown, however, did have another 100-yard rushing game. LSU, they were able to play tight with Alabama the whole game, forced overtime. However, they were able to prevail after a very gutsy call in overtime to stun the 6th-ranked Tide. They went for a 2-point conversion after a touchdown in overtime for the win. A little bootleg in the end zone. Alright, so what's next for each of these ranked teams? Well, or each of these teams suffering losses. Clemson will most likely, as I mentioned, be booted from college football playoff talks unless they really have some impressive wins coming up. But I mean, nobody was really impressed with them even at the 8-0 record. So that as they move to 8-1 now, Illinois looks to get back to their winning ways. They will host Purdue next week, and the winner of that game will have a major advantage towards the Big Ten West title. Meanwhile, Alabama has suffered their second loss of the season, and I mean that pretty much puts them just at nowhere, no chance to reach the playoff now with that 2-loss record. All right, so here we go. Here's another segment that I came up with. Let's head to it now. It's oh so close. These are teams that were just right there for pulling off the upset. They played good games against ranked teams. And first up, we have Virginia. Virginia does not go away. They got behind. They were up in the first half. They got behind in the second, but they were able to come back. And they kept it close till the end before falling just short at home against number 17 ranked North Carolina. 31-28 was the final there. Now to TCU, where Texas Tech gave them a challenge. Texas Tech was able to play a competitive first half and a good third quarter where they had the lead, but then 21 fourth quarter points against. TCU turned the offense on, and they were able to put Texas Tech to rest in a heartbreaking fashion. 34-24 final there. Northwestern, very close to the impossible against Ohio State at home. They managed to score first, but that would only be their only points. They headed to the locker room tied at half, but then 2 second-half touchdowns put them to rest as they fell just short of pulling off the unbelievable, impossible upset. 21-7, the final. All right, so here's our last thing of the day. The what in the world moment. This is going to be a moment that maybe a wacky play, wacky call, wacky thing that happened. There was a very wacky thing that happened. Houston and SMU scored the most ever points in a regulation FBS game They combined for 140 total points, 1,352 total yards, as SMU wins 77-63 with the help of quarterback Tanner Mordecai's 10 touchdown performance, 9 passing, 1 rushing. So there you go. What in the world? How did that happen? Not a lot of defense in that game at all. Anyway, there you have it. I expect a show like this every single Sunday or Monday, whenever I get a chance to do it. I hope you enjoyed all the graphics, and tell me what you think of this, if you think I should continue to do it. I enjoyed doing it. So, again, thanks for watching, everybody. That was your Week 10 of College Football Recap. Week 11 coming up next week. Bye, buddy.